right, we're recording it as 8:11 Pacific time, Sunday night. Cousin Sal is here. Worst start to finish day of football we've had. I'm not going to argue. I love football. You get sad. This is right around when you start getting sad about 4 weeks from now when you really actually start getting sad.
Okay.
You're like, oh no. Oh my God, Thanksgiving's coming up. Oh, we're halfway. I'm not going to complain too much, but this was not a good day of football. It really wasn't.
No, it wasn't. I was almost thinking that now I know the purpose of the London game. Have two quarterbacks that are so bad that it distracts you from the slew of bad quarterbacks in the 1 p.m. games. And it's like, yeah. It's sure that, Dylan Gabriel has negative air yards in the first half. But did you see Knicks against Fields? That was awful. Like, I don't know anymore.
So it's like when they bring a sorbet taster at a restaurant, but the sorbet tastes like poop.
Yeah, that's
and then
it.
After that, the food is like, this is better than that sorbet they gave us.
That's it. Poop sorbet all day long.
There were a couple highlights. I guess we can talk about Chiefs-Lions later, even though it just happened. Bucks-Niners, I think, was the story of the day. I don't want to start with my guy, Drake, definitely. I'd rather start with Bucks-Niners. Warner's out for the year. They only brought back 3 starters from last year, and Warner and Bosa were 2 of them, and both of them are now gone. Warner broke his ankle. It was so bad they came out of the replay and they're like, we're not showing it. Here's a wide shot. So the Niners are 4-2, but they feel like they've become the year from hell team, even though the Ravens are like, we already locked this up. What are you guys talking about? If you're going to say Niners, Ravens, who's more realistic to be a playoff team? You would obviously say Niners, but is it possible the Ravens will be the playoff team and the Niners would not be the playoff team?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's possible because of these injuries. And like we got excited for them. They won that Thursday night game against the Rams and they were finally for a week spared a major injury and now right back at it. Fred Warner, huge bummer, great player. Even Juwan Jennings, who was questionable all week, told reporters after the game, I'm playing with 5 broken ribs and a high and low ankle sprain. It's like, is that the new, is that the 12 Days of Christmas song? Can we do that with 49ers injuries? Like, I don't know. It is a lot. By the way,
5 broken ribs is like you would basically be in traction.
Yeah. 5 broken ribs. Well, how many do we have? Do we have 8? How many ribs do we have? 12?
I thought maybe we should probably know this.
All right.
6 or 8 on each side.
If anybody knows.
Have you ever broken ribs?
I think I fractured a rib in playing football, but it didn't matter. I wasn't starting, so it was just in practice.
Multiple ribs once, and let me tell you something. Not a good time. You would not be wanting to play football. I cracked a rib in 2010, and even then I couldn't do anything for 2 weeks. So I don't know what Juwan Jennings is going through, what they're shooting with. The Baker Mayfield thing, we talked about his MVP stuff last week. It dropped from 15-1 to 13-1 on FanDuel. Before I even wanted to make it a topic for the pod all the way through when we're doing the pod. Now, what is it, like plus 380?
I saw plus 380. I feel like we did our job. Like our job is to find value in these MVPs. I'm almost sick of talking about it already. Like he's great. Yeah. He's probably too good for this award. Like if I'm Baker Mayfield and I win this award, I'm like, screw it. Mark Mosley won MVP. Give me something different. I want something, but we know how it is. This is he's going to have to get a top 2 seed. He's playing better than everybody else.
Well, they're 5-1. They have one of the best records in the league. There's two 5-1 teams. Right now he's plus 430 on FanDuel. Mahomes is ahead of him at plus 270 and Allen is plus 140.
Mahomes is ahead of him at 3-3?
It must be all about just trying to attract kind of casual football fans. Because to me, Mayfield should be like plus 150 or something at this point. He's been that good. There was an insane drive today. They're up 2019. And House and I, we ended up betting. We didn't do it for Ringer 107. We had the Niners and a parlay with the Chiefs money line. Niners plus 7.5. So we'll come back to that in a second. But they have 3rd and 14 on Mayfield, and he has that crazy play, which they showed for the rest of the day, where he gets away from 5 guys. Yeah. He's running in, somehow jukes a guy. Everyone falls for these fake football throw quarterback moves when they're 9 yards past the line of scrimmage, gets a first down. Then same drive, hits a guy who fingertips catches it and then does the rollover and keeps the ball, which I think happens twice a year.
Right.
And they're up 8, and that was it. We lost by a half point. But I'm tired of betting against him, Sal.
No, you're right. We're stupid. And there's always that play. The one you talked about was 3rd and 14, where you could see like
14.
He's starting to get an erection. I look at the bottom half of these guys, so you could tell. Like, but he's like, he plans one of these a game. He's like, I'm going to scramble. I'm going to break 3 different tackles on all different parts of the field, and I'm going to lunge for the first down flag, and I'm just going to make it. And it's just dynamite. And after watching terrible quarterback play all day, like that makes it worth it for me.
Well, the irony of that happening after we watched poor Dylan Gabriel in Pittsburgh, who, the more you watch him, I'm not sure what the above average skill is, right? No height. Wouldn't say he's fast. I guess he's a little accurate on short passes, but that's about it. But you think like there was that stat this week about what are they paying 8 guys to play quarterback?
Yeah, right.
Even though they only still have 3 and they let Mayfield go. Since I've known you, the only 2 QBs who have been resurrected were him and Carson Palmer, right? Is there anybody else where there was like
Dylan
an actual
Gabriel and Carson Palmer? No,
Baker and Carson Palmer. Where it was like we'd given up on them as guys who could potentially be on a contender, much less like a decent starting quarterback. Carson Palmer had that Raiders run. It was like, this guy's career's over. Then he went to Arizona and got rejuvenated. But the Baker thing is much crazier. I think we both bet against, didn't we both bet against him when he had the Rams drive when they picked him up on like, it was a Thursday
that Christmas
night.
week? Yeah.
And I felt like I've been losing money to him for 5 years, but I can't think of any other resurrections.
The other one's Kurt Warner is the only one who has
we didn't know each other.
Weird, but we didn't, we refused to speak during those times, but that was it. I think there's no other career arc for a quarterback like Baker's.
Well, if we were like the rich owner of some team, and we needed a quarterback, at some point you're bringing in, if you still have the same front office, you're bringing those guys in and you're like, what the fuck did we miss with Baker Mayfield? Like Carolina waived him. And then if you're Tepper, the Carolina owner, he's got to be like, I had Matt Rule. I had Baker Mayfield. I had Christian McCaffrey. Like, why did we just throw away the last couple of years? Like, we actually had the nucleus. So I don't know. He got his mojo back, and I don't know how it happened.
In everyone's defense, I mean, there's no defending it, but when this contract came up for those teams, the Panthers and the Browns, he was dealing with injuries. But I feel like out of all the embarrassing things the Browns have gone through, is this top 3? Is signing Watson?
Watson trade's one.
The Watson trade is worse than letting Baker go. I guess it's the same thing, right? One wouldn't have happened without the other.
I mean, the case for it was like, this guy's never going to be the same. It's almost more like a Drew Brees thing.
I know, but if
you're like, this guy's damaged goods.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, he's great. Like I said, although now that Mahomes is ahead of him, I think we have to talk him up even more. This is ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, he was really bad on Carolina. It's not like nobody was like, what are they doing? They waived Baker Mayfield. Like, he was bad. And then Darnold replaced them, and they actually played better with Darnold. I don't get it. I mean, it's like in a sports movie, this would happen. Where somebody's great, or in Baker's case, very good on the Browns. Like, he took him to round 2. He had a great college career. Does the dip. It's like the Days of Thunder, Tom Cruise. Like, you're in the hospital bed. I don't know if I can race again. It's like one of those. I don't know if I can QB again. And he's got some girl like, Baker, you've got to come back. And he gives some speech on a balcony like Brad Pitt in F1. And now he's back. And now he's like, NFC, like, is there a team I know they've had a bunch of injuries, but all the injuries, all the people are coming back, which is different than the Niners situation.
He's got everyone coming back, Bill. Everybody. The Lions have everyone coming back. Everyone's coming back. No, I'm with you. I almost think I don't know. Like, if you go to Carolina or the Browns, like, that should be treated as your like middle school years. Like, oh yeah, he had acne and he had braces. His
parents got divorced.
Yeah. His voice was cracking. You can't count those years. Look at what he did as a junior in high school. So I think that's kind of
uncle went to jail. Well, their schedule is about to get tough, right? So they're 5-1 right now, but they have the Lions on a Monday night next week. They're at New Orleans. That's the next 2. Bye week. Home Pats, at Bills, at Rams. So we marked down. We said that when we looked at this before the season, that we thought they were going to start out fast, and then this would be the stretch when we found out what we had. The problem for them is the stretch is coming when Egbuka's now out, at least for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Evans, who knows with him. Godwin came back and got hurt again. McMillan's still out. Bucky Irving's out at least another week. So they might not have, next week they might be down all of their best weapons.
But they had
and yet I wouldn't bet against Baker.
Out today. And you can't keep them under 30 points is the thing, at least like the last 3 weeks, right? Or 4 weeks now, right? 29 against the Jets. All right, 25 against the Eagles, 38 and 30 this week. And really, without flinching, they didn't even need to score in the fourth quarter, and they could have.
Yeah, what was the final score today?
30-19.
Unbelievable. So they're basically, and you look at that week 2, that was the game when it seemed like the Texans had them beat on a Monday night.
Right.
And then he went right down the field and got him. But their offense was pretty inept that whole game. So when they get Evans back with Godwin and McMillan, I assume, comes back at some point, and then Egbuka will be healthy, and you have Bucky Irving, that has a chance to be the best offense of the league,
that's gross.
I think.
That's gross to me.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Because it doesn't seem like, because they're also down linemen, right? We don't even talk about the offensive line, but going into every week, it's like, well, they're down 2 starters, and who knows with the Wirfs or what's going to happen. That doesn't ever seem to matter, the way he scrambles. It's kind of like Barry Sanders as a quarterback. Like Sanders didn't follow his blocks and would have 70-yard runs.
Right.
I don't know. Is this going to take him to the Super Bowl?
They had a left guard leave the game today against the Niners, and they said it was the 3rd string left guard that was leaving. And the announcers were like, I don't even know who the 4th string guy is. We'll see who they bring in. What's interesting is they have the 5th best odds on FanDuel right now. They're 8-1. Now, I think the injuries and the schedule that they have coming up are factored into that. But I haven't liked how the Packers have looked at all. At all. Detroit, we saw today, they've had some bad luck with the defensive injuries. That'll come back. I'm not willing to write them off or get excited about them. It's too early. Eagles is the wild card. And we haven't done, I haven't done any pods since Thursday night. I just don't think Jalen Carter should mean that much where you just look like complete shit on both sides of the ball. I know he's good, but they got manhandled in that game and the offense looked awful. And the Hurts thing is just really strange. The lack of pace that they have, especially when they fall behind, he doesn't seem like he changes his demeanor at all. There's no urgency. Everybody seems unhappy. I don't understand it. I don't understand what's wrong with them. And I think I've watched 80% of their plays this year.
Oh, yeah. I bet them every week. So I got off to a very, very slow start Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday, then today. But yeah, this is an athlete, one of the great athletes, right? He squats 600 pounds, whatever he does, and he can't get it together. He can't get this offense in the flow. His wide receivers pretty much hate him. And I don't know, was Barkley, was that just a weird thing last year that isn't going to happen again? That's what I'm thinking about. Is that going to make a comeback?
Yeah, their offensive line certainly isn't the same.
Yeah.
They won the Super Bowl last year, so we always forget to completely factor that in, even though it's always factored in with the odds and the discourse. But it is when you haven't done anything versus when you just did it, it's a little different. But it's the lack of they're like a basketball team that only runs kind of one play over and over and over again.
Right.
And even if the other team figures it out, it's well, I guess we're going to do the exact same thing again. And maybe they won't figure it out this time.
And by the way, they might have killed their hopes of renewing the tush push by running it 4 times in a row. I think that might be enough for the owners to all right, we don't have to wait around for someone to get injured.
Right.
This is ridiculous to watch.
Yeah, people are horrified by this. Yeah. Green Bay being the favorite at plus 360. I guess somebody has to be the favorite, but I don't know. I look at that list and I don't really like any of the teams. And the Niners, by the way, have the 6th best odds at 10-1. But what's interesting is the Seattle Seahawks are 8-1. I'm sorry, they have the 8th best odds. They're 16-1.
Yeah.
And I honestly like them as much as any of those other teams, just because I think somebody's got to come out of that NFC West. Somebody's going to be a 2 or a 3 seed. They've stayed healthy. I kind of like their defense when their defense is actually healthy. They have some playmakers. Quarterback's playing pretty well. they're winning on the road. I thought the win today was really good, but
they don't lose.
I like the way
on
they're
road.
playing as much as anybody.
Yeah, win on the road. That's what you want in a playoff team, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just think the quarterback is still not trusted, right? If you look at every team ahead of them, except for San Francisco, you would probably take that quarterback. But to your larger point, should there be 4 teams ahead of Tampa Bay? I say no way in the NFC. Maybe
Also,
2.
The other thing with San Francisco, and you can hide behind all the injury stuff, and they've certainly had some terrible ones, not to mention Kittle's played 1 game.
Right.
You know, they've had Mac Jones playing on 1 leg for the last couple weeks, but they can't block.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like, and all those injuries they've had on the offensive line. It's more like, Trent Williams got old. That guy used to be the best left tackle in the league. And I don't think they have a dominant
His
lineman
numbers
anymore.
aren't great anymore.
But I thought Mac, there was a moment in that second half when all of a sudden it looked like Mac was on the 2023 Pats again.
Yeah.
Where he was just going backwards and there was 5 guys there. And that's when he's at his worst. He had no time to do anything. So I know they're 4-2, but to me, it feels a little like when Cincinnati was 2-0 and neither of us, both of us were like, oh, this is going arrow pointing down. I don't see it with the Niners. I think too much has happened.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at all these teams, but they're getting these guys back. Detroit's getting defenders back. Tampa's getting guys back. You don't know that for San Francisco just seems to lose one key player every week.
Yeah, they got the Falcons at home week 7. That's a Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go at Texans, at Giants. And that's pretty tough when you have all the injuries on top of the fact that you've had trouble blocking people and now you're going Texans, Giants back to back.
Right.
Right. The Giants have the best pass rush in the league, and I think the Texans are probably in the top 4 or 5. So I was looking at the odds for the NFC West, and I think they're still favored. Yeah, they're plus 135. The Rams are plus 160, and the Seahawks, I haven't gotten it for 5-6 straight weeks. I still don't get it. The Seahawks are plus 290. And I don't understand that at all. To me, it's like those 3 teams have to be neck and neck. I would not put any of them over anybody right now.
No doubt.
Do you understand that?
No, it was 4-1 last week. I think it was 8-1 the week before. And we were talking about this then. So, I think they're the most balanced. If you trust Sam Darnold, they're kind of the most balanced team with a good enough coach, I think, to get it done.
And they have, I would say JSN is now a top 3 or 4 or 5 somewhere in their receiver. Now that Puka finally got hurt, which was unfortunately like you could only throw to a guy 15 times a game.
Can I tell you something about JSN? I don't know if you saw this. 21.11 miles per hour on his touchdown reception.
Oh, really? I thought that was like a 20.9.
Really?
When I watched it live. Yeah, I watched Football with House today and we were like, just
you
watching it blind.
20.9?
I was like, that seemed like a 20.9.
Oh,
21.1?
Oh, no. Watch it again. That's a 21. Maybe
you sure they timed that correctly?
21.15, I would think.
Wow, 21.1.
21.11. Yeah.
Just think if he had gone a mile an hour faster, he would have been going 22.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I'm going to go get coffee tomorrow and go 22 miles an hour and see how many people beep at me.
Do you think this is something? Should they have like the sperm count for the receivers too? Like, might as well just make up numbers.
Let's do blood pressure.
Yeah. Let's do it all.
I think I'd be more interested in that. What was his blood pressure as he ran down? Maybe that would explain what happened to DeMercado. He blacked out.
His good cholesterol is actually low, so we're all right.
I had a thing I wanted to bring up with you because, the Mariners are doing really well. They won tonight.
Yeah.
There's like a kind of a Seattle moment happening. Even the WNBA team got a little frisky in the playoffs and then the Seahawks doing well. And I do believe in the city cluster theory because it's happening now with Indiana. This is what made me think of it. The Pacers had their whole like crazy improbable run, right?
Right.
Now the college football team and the pro football team are both on these crazy runs.
That's
and
true. Everybody's
thanking Pat McAfee. He's like at the center of it.
How does he do it? Yeah.
It happened in Boston when in 2002 when the Pats when they won the first Super Bowl with Brady.
Happened a few times.
And then and then the Celtics that in the playoffs that year had this improbable run. And the mindset shifted. It was when they came back. They almost made the finals. They came back from 25 to beat the Nets in Game 3, which was just on NBA TV recently. And I wrote a column about being at that game. And the Boston fans were so beaten down, but the Pats thing kind of swung the perspective. And then the Celtics are doing well, and it was like, maybe we can come back. And it was like a mood cleansing. And I wonder sometimes if that happens with cities. But I was thinking about that with Seattle. This is one of the dumbest theories I'll ever have. But the further the Mariners go, I also think it's good for the Seahawks. There's just good vibes and happiness everywhere in Seattle. And maybe it'll transfer.
Okay. I mean,
That's
I don't know.
Stupid theory.
We should ask FanDuel if good vibes and happiness figure into any of these lines. But
My good vibes theory.
Well, we do it the other way, right? Like New York sucks. They had a bad week. Philly had a bad week last week. Now kind of Detroit's there too, right? Scooble and Tigers lose game
Definitely
5.
has that. You get the stink.
Lions lost this week. Who's the other Detroit? There's another Detroit. What happened?
Yeah.
Am I missing something? Oh, Michigan
Tiger.
lost to USC.
Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we had that in 07 when the KG trade happened. The Red Sox won the World Series, and right as the Patriots Spygate, we were ripping off that whole thing, and the Celtics were going for like 70 wins, and it was just sometimes it happens where good stuff aligns, and then like you just said, like the opposite happens where you just feel like, oh my God, every single thing is going wrong. Yeah. Anyway, stupid theory. Let's move to the KC game really quick. So this line stayed at 2.5.
Yeah.
And apparently a lot of the sharps were on the Lions. I didn't understand why anybody thought the Chiefs were going to go 2-4. It was like 90% of my reasoning for the Chiefs is like, they're going to go 2-4. Like it's not like they're that banged up, right? Mm-hmm. Their left tackle got scratched pretty late. We don't know what happened with that, but their blocking was fine. But they should have won last Monday. That was one of the 3 dumbest losses of the season. And I thought with all the Detroit defense injuries, I thought that line was disrespectful. I didn't understand it. Did you understand it?
Yeah, you called it. I don't know. I thought it was about right, but I hold a grudge, and I was still so mad at them for Monday night. I actually didn't think they played that great Monday night. I know the pick 6 is
14-0.
But then
the
why don't they score?
The game.
Like they're up 14, and then they end up with like they still have 14 late in the third quarter. Like this is the Chiefs. And then I don't know, it's all if you believe that now they're not the one-score winning team, right? Like they were 10-0 last year in one-score games. Right. This year I think they were 0-3. Tonight wasn't one score, right? So no. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, good for you if you took it, but I just I don't know. I didn't buy into the Detroit secondary thing. And I know a lot of Detroit fans want to blame that illegal shift call or whatever when, Goff wasn't lined up right in the first drive, but they did get beat up today.
Well, the reality, how many points did they end up scoring? They had 17.
Yeah.
Their vaunted offense. What do you think a team's record is when either a running back fumbles as he's about to go in the end zone or a quarterback throws a 99-yard interception or a guy fumbles it when he's about to go over the goal line or the fumble where it goes out of the end zone and it's the safety for the other team? Has any NFL team in the history of the league ever then won the game?
No.
I'm going to say they're like 0-1,200.
It's impossible. It's impossible to do that. Yeah, and there's so many close calls. But yeah, so that 99. And then even for them to win, Lawrence had to fall down, roll over, keep rolling, stumble again. And then
they almost won anyway.
That's what the Chiefs do to teams, yeah.
House and I made a lot of jokes during the game about Travis Kelce because it's a little bit of a deep cut on the Taylor Swift album, but it was a very controversial song on the album called Wood, which people thought was about Travis Kelce's healthy manhood and satisfying her and how she finally has, the sex thing has finally really worked out for her. And if you go back and look at all her boyfriends, maybe this is a different type of guy she's dating. So we were just calling him Wood the whole game. And it was very enjoyable. It's like, Mahomes, get it to Wood. Like, this clearly should be his nickname. She wrote this whole gushing love song about his sexual prowess. Like, hey, he should just be Travis Wood Kelce.
Yeah. Oh, look at Woody over there. Wood, come on.
I mean, that's why you see why Taylor's smiling. Wood's just getting it done.
I like it. You think it'll catch on? It's not a negative thing, right?
It's positive.
Right.
Just praising him. It's like when we did the Pete Davidson, the big dick energy, or what was it?
Right.
All that stuff.
I saw. We went to football camp, and I ended up seeing our offensive lineman in the shower, and he had a gigantic schlong. And then I told everyone, and they ended up calling him Tripod, and he hated me for it. He wanted to kick my ass every day for it. I was like, "What the fuck? That's a great nickname." Like people point, he's got a big dick. Come on, Wood.
Tripod is a compliment.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and talk about the rest of the week 6 slate.
That's sponsored.
This is the Bill Simmons podcast presented by FanDuel. If you're betting on the NFL, come on. FanDuel is the place to do it. They've got everything. Same game parlays, quick bets for when you want to jump in live your way. So you can set your own lines on just about anything. The app's fast. It's easy to use. And best of all, when you win, you get paid instantly. I've been in Boston, Massachusetts recently. Guess what I did? Use FanDuel. Super fun. Download the FanDuel app or go to FanDuel.com/BS to get started. Must be 21 plus, present in select states, 18 plus in D.C., Kentucky, and Wyoming. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. All right. You want to talk about your team first or my team first?
Let's get mine out of the way.
Okay. You lost to the Carolina Panthers.
They did it again. They dragged me in. I loved it. I was like, just win this game. Half game behind the Eagles. We have a home game against the Eagles.
You were thinking that way?
Damn it. Why did I do that? Why didn't you tell? You should have told me. You should have reminded me how.
You were doing that on the Sunday pregame show. I thought it was a bit.
No.
You really were sucked in?
Yeah. I mean, he's playing great. I was like,
he really is.
This is, in a way, a Baker Mayfield thing. Like the last 3 weeks, Dak has, I think, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 800 yards, and the defense allowed, I think, 90 points. And I'm like, shit, he could carry them, and he almost did. Just despicable, though.
We were talking today watching the game. It's not just that he's playing great. Like, every throw is perfect.
Yeah.
Every throw is like the guy's in stride, running with it. It's right here. It's on the sideline in the only spot where the guy can catch it. Like, he's really playing out of his mind. And Pickens has been phenomenal, too.
Great.
I mean, like, I know people see the highlights on social media, but in the open space, you just feel like he's going to get an 80-yard touchdown every time. The irony of them getting their asses kicked by Rico Dowdle, I thought was unbelievable. When all everybody did last year was complain about the Cowboys running backs, and then they have this guy who looks like, he's playing like his family's being kept in a log cabin, and unless he gets 200 yards, everybody's going to die at midnight. Like, that's how crazy he was running.
And he called him out before. He's like, I'm going to do this. This is the Rico Dowdle revenge game. It's like, okay, is it that easy to exact revenge on the Cowboys? Like, you could just say it, and then you're good for 160 yards. Like, could anyone
do
awesome.
This?
Like the woman that works concession stand at Cowboy Stadium. Can she? They ripped her off for overtime. She's going to run for 160. Like, I'm sorry, Rico, we moved on from you and your 2 rushing touchdowns last year. But Jesus.
I don't remember a single Rico Dowdle conversation. I don't remember him being on a fantasy team. I don't remember you being like, man, we let Rico Dowdle go. I think he's going to come back to haunt us. Like, there was no conversation.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened to him this year. It's a borderline free Dak, though. Like he's got this terrible defense.
Yeah.
All these injuries on the offensive line. And it's very similar to that Burrow Higgins Chase situation.
He's not taking too many sacks. It's not that bad, the offensive line, but as long as the defense is
come back?
Bad as, I mean, probably a couple weeks. They're saying, I think it's still 2 weeks, but I mean, Pickens as a 1 is really not bad. It's crazy.
No, it's funny that you did the Parsons trade, which it's not like he's coming back to haunt you that much either. But
why? No one's talking about that, by the way.
Yeah,
he's not that good. I know the idea is that Jerry has to lose everything, but I don't know. He's not even top 50 in sacks. He's 6th in tackles for losses on his team. So
not jumping out of the TVs, I'll tell you that much.
No.
He's getting back injections.
A stationary Joe Flacco would be a good place to shine, but didn't happen. Yeah.
Well, and then the Pickens trade what'd you give up for him? A third?
Was it a third? Yeah, I think it was 3. Yeah. It's a 3 or 4. Yeah, 3.
Whatever. That trade was incredible.
Yep.
Carolina, so McMillan had a breakout day. That was the other thing that happened. They got 2 running backs. They could actually probably shop Hubbard if they wanted to, if they felt like Dowdle was. And there's a few teams that need a running back, including my team. But Carolina 3-3. This is the furthest they've made in a while. Because we're going to do cross-off teams later. Not crossing them off. I think they have a chance to be a 7 seed. Yeah, they're not bad. They're 3-0 at home.
Let's wait till they get to 6-3, and then we'll cross them off.
Fine.
Bryce Young just killed us. He has like 160 passer rating against when he's losing to the Cowboys. It's ridiculous.
He was very calm. Well, my team, the worst officiated game I can remember of a Patriots game. Just 5 or 6 calls that we still don't know where the flag came from. They had a touchdown called back. They're kicking the extra point. And they're like, no, there's a flag. There's no flag in the field. Nobody knows what happened with that. There was an offensive pass interference that nobody understands what happened with that. There was a fumble that we recovered that they decided it wasn't a fumble. And nobody could. I've just never seen anything like it. And at some point you're like, well, if they were ever going to have a rigged NFL game, I think I'm watching it. If there were ever like 3 officials who said, fuck it, we're in New Orleans, gambling's legal here, let's go for it. It was that bad. And the Pats, they won anyway, and they won because Drake May was out of his mind. He was so fucking good, Sal. Just give me the Drake definitely. It's over. You've lost.
How about
Drake?
this?
He's Drake definitely.
For now, Drake May B+. How about that?
No. Drake May was the best quarterback performance of the day, other than maybe your guy, but at least Drake May won. Today, the stat has been around a bunch of times. The 23 and under quarterbacks to throw for 200 more passing yards with a 100 plus passer rating in 5 straight games. Him, Mahomes, and Dan Marino. He's hit on 8 straight 20 plus passes, not counting the 2 that got called back on penalties. When he's throwing deep, which was his thing, coming out of the draft, where everybody's like, this guy loves the big plays. He's a big play hunter. He loves throwing deep. He's great at it. And the Pats are 4-2, with the Titans and Browns as their next 2. And Drake May is down to 16-1 for MVP.
Well, he can't win MVP, so just stop.
He's 16-1.
This is just when people. I don't want you. People stop listening to you if you say things like this. He's not going to win MVP.
I'm just pointing out he's 16-1 to win the MVP.
Well, I don't know if you read the fine print,
he's the
but
6th best odds.
If you lose to the Raiders, you're not eligible for MVP. So it's Drake May and it's Cam Ward, the only 2 that can't win the MVP.
That's fair.
Right now. So
it's fair.
No, he's been great. He's been great. He makes amazing third down throws down the field wherever he has to hit it. He extends drives. Great. I agree with you with everything. I even had the Saints plus 3.5, and I'm like, you know what? This is officiated so poorly. I won't be able to take Simmons crying like this. I now hope New England wins the game, and they did.
You had to turn on your own bet.
That's it.
Our running backs were so bad in this game that. And the play calling too. The 2 running backs, Stevenson and Ramondre, I don't know what happened to both of them. 22 for 45. Every time it was like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9. And the Pats were somehow 6 for 13 on 3rd down. But Drake was just, I can't believe how good he was the last 2 games. It's a completely different ceiling. Like, it's all the Pats fans are talking about. Like, it's like, we have a guy. Like, this is it. It's happening. So with this easy schedule, I just feel like,
you feel like he's doing well on this easy schedule. Sure. Yeah.
I feel like we're in a good spot with this guy.
All right. You are. You definitely are. And listen, coming into the year, we thought at worst they were going to get the 7th seed. And now there's nothing to shake us from that, right? Like the AFC.
4-2. So what's that the rest of the way? They'd have to go 6-4.
Well, it doesn't even matter.
No.
Like 6-5.
6-5. 6-5 gets them in the playoffs. They play 6 shitty teams.
But yeah,
I mean, they still have the Jets and Miami. I think both of them again.
But when we did this in August, we thought the Ravens were in. We thought the Bengals were in. Those teams are not in now. So you're not going to say you're going to sneak in because you're going to have 10 wins anyway. But yeah.
And then the AFC South, like the way the Jaguars look today, because you would have said, oh, we'll have Indy and Jacksonville. But Jacksonville, I thought looked terrible. I know they had some injuries, but and they shouldn't have won last week. So they're, I would say, a pretty soft 4-2. And then it looks like we're 100% only getting one AFC North team unless there's some sort of miraculous Baltimore.
Well, and I don't know if you saw those division odds, but it finally flipped to Pittsburgh being a favorite of minus 135 because now they're 3.5 up on Baltimore. And I know it gets dicey for them in November. The games are tough, but 3.5 is a very big lead for a team that doesn't have their starting quarterback yet.
Well, the Ravens got killed by the Rams. And, here are the stats. So since we had the 14-team playoff format, only 2020 Washington started 1-5 and made the playoffs. Before that, 1-5 was a death sentence. We only had the 2012 Redskins, 2018 Colts, and 2015 Chiefs. The only three that made it coming out of 1-5. Right. So if you're going to make the case for them, the defense got a little healthier. They have a bye week next week. Their next 6 are Bears, at Miami, at Vikings, at Cleveland, 3 in a row on the road. Home Jets, home Cincy. And I think they're going to be favored in 5 of those if Lamar is playing, right? They'll be favored in all of those and maybe even favored in the at Vikings game. Yeah. So there's a chance they can go 5-1. I would say 5-1. If you're a Ravens fan, that's what you're hoping for. And 5-1 puts you at 5-6 heading into this stretch of the season. You get to play Pittsburgh twice still. God only knows what's going to happen with Rodgers. So it's weird. They're 1-5, but it doesn't feel over. But man, they suck today. And I thought they were poorly coached.
Listen, we can make them a cross-off if you want. We could do it right now.
I can't do it with Lamar. He's won like 80% of his games.
I think the wild card's out, though, because they're 1-5. They're going to have, even if they're 10-7, they're going to lose a lot of tiebreakers here. I think that the way to get in is 9-8 head-to-head. They beat the Steelers. Pittsburgh. Yes, 9-8, and they win those, obviously, win those 2 head-to-head.
Both Pittsburgh games, you're saying?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. But that's tough. I mean, that's not even the Pittsburgh.
The Steelers are 4-1, so the Steelers would have to go 5-6 the rest of the way, basically, and lose both of the Baltimore games.
Right.
But this is like, you bring up those division odds. I just think minus 135 is, I think Pittsburgh should be like at least a 2-1 favorite.
Oh, yeah. I thought they should be minus last week before even gaining another game. I thought they should be favored because they're kind of doing everything right. And by the way, I think we've been at this too long because that was such a gimme from the gambling gods. The Steelers, I saw it as a rat line, but Steelers 5.5. Why the hell weren't we all over that? I mean, the Browns
I couldn't do it with the Browns defense against how simple that Steelers offense is. I thought there was a real scenario where the Browns defense just won the game. Yeah. They couldn't do anything on offense.
They came from London. They opted to skip the bye after London. The Steelers are off a bye. Tomlin doesn't really lose too much off a bye. Right. You have Dylan Gabriel going in there, and we whiffed on it. Stupid.
Well, speaking of London, Broncos Jets. What a way to start the morning. Yet another horrible London game. And I felt like the Broncos were about to win by 30. Bo Nix is running for a first down. They have the lead. There's not even guys around him. He slides.
Yep.
But he slides before the first down marker, which I think is in my top 4 least favorite plays in football, with number 1 obviously being the punter that kicks it into the end zone because the special teams guy knocked the ball into the end zone. That's my least favorite. But he did the slide, and he's just short, and you're like, oh, here we go. And then delay game penalty or whatever. Now and then all of a sudden they're going backwards and the Jets are just hanging around and they end up barely winning 13-11. But I felt like they were going on a run. It seemed like they were going to go win by 30. Their defense gives up 95 yards total, 100 yards total, whatever it was. Jets do nothing. And the Broncos almost lose. And this is like betting honor against Bo Nix. I just don't know what the answer is anymore.
Well, the answer for me is I can't have a lot of money riding on the London game when we're also doing the pregame show because I just get too angry and too distracted. It's like showing up to work, tripping your face off on Molly. And I was like, I don't even care what these guys are saying. What is going on with this game? Why isn't Denver winning? Right. And then you're right. Like Justin Fields, he's the first quarterback to have 9 or more sacks and 9 or fewer completions since, you want to guess since who?
It was Justin Fields.
Since Justin Fields in 2021. This is so sickening. The Jets had 2 first downs in the first half. One of them was on a fake punt, right? Or 4th and 1. When they went for it, they're celebrating it. I've never seen a team celebrating, converting 4th and 1 only to run the clock out. But they were losing, right? That was bizarre to me. I didn't know what I was watching.
And Aaron Glenn is on the sidelines. He's acting like he's a disgruntled fan that's in the stands that flew to London. And it's like, you're actually the coach. You can fix any of this. He's just like, I don't know what we're doing. It's like, you're the coach. It's your team.
He is, and he really went. And he has Mark Sanchez 3rd on the depth chart right now. I mean, things are really bad in Gotham. No. Really, really bad. But honestly, though, when does England get pissed at us? Like,
I think it would happen 3 years ago.
This is way worse than dumping tea in the Boston Harbor or whatever the hell. Like, if they did this to us and sent a club soccer team over here who kept batting the soccer ball around with their hands and we're charging $200 to see it.
The striker has one leg.
I think we'd be pissed. It's not an act of war, but it's pretty bad. Yeah.
No, it is like if we put Nathan Fielder in charge of our experience of sending football to London, this is what he would do.
Yeah.
Be like, what if we send Justin Fields? He has 8 completions in 3 hours.
Is this a rehearsal? Is this whole thing a rehearsal episode? Wow.
It's so bad.
Might be. Yeah.
Yeah. So now people are like, should they bench Fields? He's just not accurate. It's not going to change. He's been in the league like that. There were multiple plays when Garrett Wilson was open, and then he's just straining to catch these things that just normal quarterbacks just complete the thing. If you take out his running, he can't really do anything.
These are unworldly stats. -10 yards passing net. I mean, you can't survive.
Bad. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I know.
He just we've seen enough at this point.
Great guy.
We've seen enough. Somebody I thought we saw enough of, but obviously I didn't see enough of, even though I thought I did, was Jacoby Brissett, who, when he was the guy blocking Drake May for a few games, just seemed like he had been washed up 3 years ago. He comes in for the Cards today.
Yeah.
And then immediately Kyler can't play. He gets scratched. And this is a godsend. Who can I tease the Colts with? What money line parlay can I put the Colts with?
Right.
This is amazing. What a stroke of luck to get Jacoby Brissett. He goes 27 for 44 for 320. Mm-hmm. They're 9 for 14 on 3rd down. And they're just hanging the whole game to the point where House and I are going, you got to be fucking kidding me. The Cardinals are going to win this. Every time you think they're about to roll over, they had another drive. And they finally lose by 4. They were on their 3rd string running backs. Harrison left with a concussion in the 2nd quarter. Mm-hmm. None of it mattered. They kept driving. And first of all, kudos to him. Second, I think the Colts defense has to go on fraud watch.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, Denver was moving up and down on them. Brissett was moving up and down on them. And I know they have the record, but with their weapons, I like Warren. I like Jonathan Taylor. Dimes is fine. They have some receivers who can make plays, but their defense is not good enough, I don't think.
No, I think you're right. Maybe cut them some slack. How much can you get up for a game like this? Arizona coming to town with the 2nd string, everything.
Right,
but
fair.
It's still very weird to me that they have the best record in the AFC right now, right? Like, and weird shit's happen. Like, before the game, guy goes out with a concussion, like a deep back. Anthony Richardson, not that he was playing, but he had I read that he had a band injury. I was like, what the hell is this now? You get hit in the head with a tuba coming out of the tunnel.
Marching band? Yeah,
no, but it was actually those band. I've done that a million times. So now but this is something that happens to like a 2-9 team, right? Not a team that's, I mean, what are their odds? -130 to win the division? They're going to be around there in January, I think.
Well, let's go backwards. They killed the Dolphins in week 1.
Yeah.
Not impressive now. They barely beat the Broncos in the leverage game that they should have lost. They kill the Titans. They lose to the Rams. They kill the Raiders. And they barely beat Brissett. Those are their 6 games.
Okay.
So we've been down this road before with teams. And what was that year a couple years ago with Minnesota when they were like 13-4 and we were like, I can't wait to bet against this team in the playoffs. I'm not sure I would say that yet with the Colts because they can move the ball.
Yeah.
I think they've gone 33, 29, 41, 20, 40, and 31 in these 6 games. So they're always going to have the offense, which is a little different than some teams. But Schedule's going to get harder here as we get to the week 9 range. They're going to be, they're at Chargers next week. Although the Chargers are pretty banged up, but they still have at Steelers, at Chiefs, at Jags, at Seahawks, at Texans.
It's tough.
All left. And they're playing the Falcons in Berlin. So
I'll back off a little.
Not ready. We're not ready to know with this team, I don't think yet.
Yeah, but we know with the Titans. We know we're not confident with the Texans. And I don't know. The Jaguars are the Jaguars. You know, they came into this game 14 forced turnovers. I mean, you just know that's not going to continue. They're not going to have 60 by the end of the year, right?
Yeah, it's what's interesting about Houston is their schedule is just a lot tougher in general.
Yeah,
where because they're playing the first place schedule from last year. And you go through their games and like they have a Raiders game, they have an at Titans game, and that's really it. Like every other game is either pretty hard, or like really hard. So. Yeah, it's sitting there for the Colts, but I'm still a little dubious. I just don't think they can get stops. I thought they were over and over again. Arizona had a running back who was that guy, Knight?
Yeah, Knight.
Do you know who that was? It's like their third stringer.
I just assumed it was Suge Knight. It's not Suge Knight? No?
Suge Knight.
It's different.
There he goes. I forgot to mention with Steelers Browns, 11 straight games of 17 points or less for Cleveland. Did you see that stat?
Is that what it is? No,
yeah,
I didn't see
11.
that.
What a streak.
Against the Steelers?
Against anyone.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Currently. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Why didn't we have that? Damn it. I mean, they had lost 23 straight in Three Rivers, Accu-Shore, with Heinz Field, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Ravens, Rams, one other thing I forgot to mention. Should the Ravens trade Derrick Henry and just say, fuck it, it's not our year?
I think they maybe should have traded him after they went 0 for 4 from the 4-inch line, right? And he got the last shot at it. Interesting.
Can I start the rumor of Derrick Henry to the Patriots?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Start that up.
Great.
Thanks. But they can't. They won't give up on. They'll give up on Lamar before they do Henry. I mean, not trade Lamar.
What pick would get their attention?
Oh man,
like our second.
I wonder if he wants.
What if our second and Ramondre?
Ramondre get cut.
Yeah, they got to take Ramondre.
You do?
Well, they need a running back.
That's a fantasy trade right there.
You know who used to work together? Derrick Henry and Mike Vrabel.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
They used to have a really great relationship once upon a time.
You don't need a running back. You got the greatest quarterback of all time. You're going to be fine.
Our running backs are 22 and 45 today. We need a running back.
Okay.
Our short yardage stuff is a disaster.
You know
it's
what?
Like America if we get a yard.
Brady dealt with that for years, and you brought no shortage of rings.
When's the NFL trade deadline? So like week 8, week 9?
Yeah, right around there. Like after Halloween.
They lose that Bears game and they go 1-6. Why not trade Derrick Henry at that point? How many years does he have left anyways? Like
the
32.
Bears game is after the bye, so they have a bye now, right? Yeah. Maybe they scrap Lamar for the year.
If the Pats traded for Derrick Henry, I would actually lose my mind.
Really?
That'd be it. Yeah, that'd be it. God. I'd wake up. I'd be too black. I'd be like DeMarcado fumbling the goal. Like I'd just complete blackout. I'd just be 2 blocks from my house. Like, how did I get here? Where am I?
You'd be fumbling your hot water with lemon. It would go all over the house.
Derrick Henry would be one of the most beloved Boston veteran athletes like we've ever had. He would just immediately be beloved.
This is great.
Thanks.
It's not happening. Is he a Henry? Is he like a John Henry? Is there a relation? Because you can make that work. No? Oh.
Packers, Bengals. We don't have to talk about that game. Yeah. Although I don't understand why Love has the 5th best MVP odds in the league. Have you watched any Jordan Love game this year and been like, whoa, this guy's amazing? Like Dak Prescott's 10 times better than Jordan Love this year. Jordan Love has guys running around wide open all game.
I'm with you. Golden made him look good today, and Kraft came back a bit, but they still were in danger of getting that game tied on them in the 4th quarter.
Titans Raiders was the other one that happened. They really fucked up with these only 3 games as the late games.
And that's one of them.
They should have flexed a 4th game. Right? Well, they should have just flexed Pat Saints and made it like a later game.
You like the 2 Monday nights, but one of them could have been a late afternoon game. Like, well, now we have 2 Monday nights, one at 7, one at 8 Eastern, and then we got a baseball game at like 3.
It allowed House and I to watch Wizards preseason. So that was fun.
Oh, okay.
Had that on one of the TVs. Then House did this thing where I think just because he's old, it turns out House is old. Turns out we're all old. He kept falling asleep and waking up. So he would snore and then the snoring would wake him up.
What time was this?
It was like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, come on.
No, it was. I should have videotaped it because I could have sent it to the NFL like Roger Goodell and all those people. Like, this is what happens when they have three teams in the late games.
That's great.
This is my buddy House who loves football. He's sound asleep. It's 2:30.
Gino and Cam Ward, it did it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, House was like, I flew cross country yesterday. All right, cross-offs. Jets 0-6.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've done this. Jets cross-off.
Yep.
Okay. Browns 1-5 cross-off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tennessee 1-5 and should be 0-6 and are probably the worst coach in the league.
Yep.
All right, that's 3.
Are you going to have one more or no more? Let's see.
No, we're going to have 5.
Dolphins 5.
Dolphins 1-5 are an automatic cross-off.
Yeah,
they're done.
They're gone.
We didn't talk about whether DJ Mikey Mack, I don't think he gets fired because 2 weeks in a row, the team could have rolled over and they actually like really fought and tried to win for him. Like today, they took the lead with a minute left. 2 actually came through. And then, of course, they fucked the game up.
I felt like
I wouldn't fire him yet.
The same old bowl, right? Like the Chargers, Miami, like whoever lost was going to be like, oh, this is the same old team, right? Same old Chargers, typical Chargers. They get the lead and they blow it at the end. And, but they're playing the same old Dolphins with the same old coach with his analytics and drawstring sweatpants. He's a mess. And now, like, what is Tua's going out and saying the players are missing, they're skipping meetings.
Stuff,
yeah.
Not great. Well, I forgot to mention, that was a pretty massive win for the Chargers because, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl without Slater. Not to mention they're missing their top 2 running backs, even though Vidal looked good today. But if they'd fallen to 3-3 with the depth that we have in the AFC, I don't know.
I feel like they're at much worse shape at 3-3 than Kansas City is, even though they beat them head to head.
Yeah. So 4-2 at least buys them more time. Herbert made a great. I mean, what's his face made an awesome.
McConkey.
McConkey. Yeah, awesome. Seemed like he was going out to kill some clock. Cuts back in.
Right.
And end up getting it. But terrible loss for Miami. They're a cross off. And then I don't mind the Saints. I thought they were pretty frisky today. And in general, like I don't think Rattler's that bad. They can move the ball. I think they're like decently coached, but they're a cross off. They're 1-5. They're not going 8-3 over their last 11 to make the playoffs.
Yeah. So normally we might keep the NFC South last place team around because the first place team's usually like 3-3 at this point.
We're not doing that this year.
Tampa's too good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 5 cross offs.
Okay. That is 5. 1.
Yeah.
2. Okay. And who's on the lookout? Ravens have a bye, so they get to survive. I think we're okay for a minute now.
Yeah, I think. Listen, we have cross-off scouts in Cincinnati and Las Vegas. There's no question.
Arizona
and the Giants. We didn't talk about. I mean, all the Giants fans we know, they're absolutely
love it.
Going nuts about Dart and Scadaboo in the front 4. But Dart. We went through this with Drake May last year. Like they have to have an intervention with him. He's going to spend the entire season in the blue tent.
Yep.
You can't seek out hits when you're a quarterback. Like you're not playing high school football anymore. Like these are 6'5", 290-pound people.
I don't know if he's a great fit for New York either. Like he went right after the reporters. I know a lot of them are assholes, but he's like, yeah, and you guys are so negative. And the reporter's like, well, whoa, what are we negative about? And he's like, well, now he has to decide how much he wants to commit to this whole thing. But
to the bit.
Yeah. But speaking of
people didn't believe. It's like, you're right. We didn't believe a 1-4 team. We're going to beat the Super Bowl champs. We shoot us.
Sorry. It's just based on the whole last month, but okay. But who did what? Okay, let me ask you this. What 80s tag team does Scadaboo and Dart remind you of?
Oh, wow.
When we first saw them.
Like
first
a
unveiled.
B. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell, the Killer Bees?
No, I think a little more grit than that.
Who do you got?
Road Warriors. Legion of Doom, right?
Oh, interesting.
Just delivering clotheslines every play and we'll see like one climb the other's shoulders. I feel like this is they're just a battering crew. Like, what the hell did we just see? Just running everybody over.
They won that game and did media for like an hour and a half after.
Yeah.
I just had Amazon on because I was doing stuff and came back, and Fitzpatrick and Scadaboo both
shirts
had
off.
their shirts off, their chest bumping. I'm like, what's these guys are 2-4.
They're the freaking
they make the
Road
NFC title game?
They're hawking animal. I don't know who's which, but they're hawking animal. This is the Road Warriors.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to do Guess the Lines. This episode is brought to you by Michelob ULTRA, the official beer partner of the NBA. You know the NBA season's almost here when that anticipation kicks in. What trades worked? What rookies are popping? Which teams might flame out by Christmas? I already had my guard up with this season because the Celtics, obviously a team in a little bit of flux. And then Jason Tatum posted like a minute of him working out and looking really good. And it broke my brain because for the first time I was like, wow, he might actually be back in the second half of the season. What's that going to mean? Whatever happens when I'm watching all that unfold, I'm doing it with the Michelob ULTRA in hand. Superior light beer, just 95 calories. There are a lot of moments worth playing for, but the ones that taste the best are served cold. Order Michelob ULTRA and fill up your fridge as we gear up for NBA season. Cannot wait. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch. Michelob ULTRA Light Beer. St. Louis, Missouri. Last week on Guess the Lines, I hit 10 exactly. Controversial.
What's the point of this anymore?
You thought I was cheating. I would never cheat and Guess the Lines. What kind of feedback did you get from people with the cheating, non-cheating?
People, it's so funny because people are like, well, we know Bill's been cheating all these years. I'm like, I laugh at. I don't think it's true, but I do think that's funny that that's a consensus for this. And I'm going to go
like
with
Belichick.
Yeah. By association,
trying to cut corners.
Guilty.
What would be the fun about cheating and Guess the Lines? Like, I'm honestly curious about that.
I don't know. I mean, has sponsorship rate gone up since you hit 10 in a row on the podcast?
No,
I don't know.
Did nothing happen.
Oh, it didn't? Okay. I don't know what it would be then.
Thursday night, Steelers at the Bengals.
I hit this exact, and you're going to think this is payback, but go ahead.
Well, you won the first 2 weeks. I won the next 4, so I'm up 4-10.
This is bad. Am I a cross-off?
No. I put this in the Vegas zone.
Mm-hmm.
I have Steelers by 5.5.
You see what I mean? I can't even gain on you here. It's 5.5. It's 5.5.
All right.
And I wonder, is it, well, before we go on, this was what it was when they were home against Cleveland. Is this still a little light? This is Flacco now.
I thought the Bengals, unfortunately we had to watch that game semi-carefully because we only had 3 games.
Yeah.
Look, Flacco's 40. Nothing to write home about at this point, but he is pretty good at throwing that 20-yard sideline throw, like up in the air for receivers.
Mm-hmm.
There's something there with them. So,
okay. So this might be the trip up game here Thursday night.
Listen, are the Steelers just gonna week after week, things are just gonna go right for them? Like this is how it's gonna go? I don't know.
By the way, the Eagles made me not want to bet any Thursday night games. I mean, that was clearly a team that was unprepared and everything else. And this is a game coming off of 3 days rest.
Me personally, if I didn't bet the Thursday games or the Europe games, I'd be having an unbelievable year.
Yeah.
And by the way, we know not to bet those games.
They know what they're doing.
It gets near game time. We're like, all right, fine.
You know what we should have done before we move on? If we had bet against all the backup quarterbacks on a parlay, it was plus 270. They all lost 5 for 5. Even as good. Some of them played well. Brissett was good, but it still lost.
Does Dylan Gabriel count as a backup quarterback?
He back up. Yep. Way back.
I think I'm going to hit the London game too. 9:30 a.m. Sunday. I'm going to try not to bet it. Rams, Jaguars. Probably be 80% Jags fans. I have Rams by 2.5.
That's what I had. It's 3. Okay, at least you're not hitting them exactly now.
The rare 3. We don't have 3s anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the science of Guess the Lines this year is you just bet 1.5, 2.5 for Vegas zone.
Right. You tell them. Maybe you could tell them they're wrong. I mean, you're as reliable as anyone. This is not even.
This ends at 2.5 though.
It's not a tick of a home game for Jacksonville, having been there a zillion times.
I don't know if they're expecting fans after what happened today. It might just be an empty stadium. It might be like a COVID. They might have to have cardboard cutouts of people.
Right.
I don't know if they go back.
Burning cars outside.
I mean, this will be a nice little tester for the Jags, right?
Sure.
You win this, you're 5-2. Mm-hmm. You lose this, you're 4-3, and you should have lost the Chiefs game, and you're kind of frauds. So we'll find out. There was a classic. I just can't get there with Lawrence. I know he was pretty good last week, but there was a play. They're down. He wasn't very good today. They're down 26. Throws this pass that it felt like it could have been picked, and it bounces up in the air, and it goes to Brian Thomas, I think, or one of their receivers. And the guy runs down, and then it turns out it gets called back for a flag. But they cut to Lawrence, and he's like doing this, like he did something. It's like, that pass was terrible. It should have been picked. He's like, yeah, we did it.
They're still dropping some. By the way, I would move this. I think a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how Nakua, I don't want any part of the Rams if Nakua is not in the lineup. You don't do this for a receiver, but this could move a half a point if he's deemed
Is he out?
I don't know.
He was limping around for the whole second half of that game.
He could sit this. I mean, it's in London.
If he's out, the Jags, I think, are a live bet on Sunday.
Sure.
Sunday marquee, sadly, slim pickings. We got to go with Colts Chargers just because that's a 5-1 against.
Oh man, it is
4-2. It's in LA. Chargers have lost some people. I hesitate to say this is a test for the Colts, but I do have them favored. I have Colts 1.5.
Oh, you do? Oh, good. I have the Chargers by 2.5. It's Chargers by 1.5. Oh my God, it feels so good to win one.
Wow.
By myself.
Do you agree with that?
Well, I agree with 2.5.
Because I do not. I think the Colts should be favored.
Really? All right. I mean, you just said how they might be a fraudulent defense and everything else.
No, but the Chargers they're on the third string running back and they're missing both tackles still.
All right. Will they have, what will the fan situation be like? Oh, a lot of the Ringer guys are coming to town, right? It's a special week for spot. Yeah. It's core week.
Right.
And our nephew, Anthony DeBundo, is a big Colts fan. I wonder if he'll go to this game. Interesting. A lot of Colts
fans. That'd be great. He sent me a wedding photo of him and Drew Carter, the Celtics guy that I love. They're two Syracuse guys. I just felt really proud looking at it. I frame it. I was going to put it over my shoulder. I love Drew Carter. Drew Carter should be one of the NFL play-by-play guys. I don't understand how they do the scouting with this stuff sometimes. Yeah, when there's actually like a legitimately, like Noah Eagle is like, oh, that guy's good. Like you just know right away.
Right.
There's certain guys and it doesn't really matter what the sport is, but you know who the good guys are. And like Drew Carter is great doing the NBA games for the Celtics. It's like clearly should be doing NFL.
Yeah, well, there's a color commentary position open. I don't know about play-by-play, but yeah, he could get it. You hate that. You're cutting all these.
Not cutting any of them. The watchables. We got 3. Eagles at Vikings. It's even questionable whether this is a watchable, but it is. Wentz going against the Eagles is fun.
Yeah.
Right. I assume we're not going to get McCarthy.
Nah.
And God only knows what to expect with the Eagles. It's in Minnesota. And I went Eagles minus 1.5.
All right, I get this. I said 2. It is 2.5.
Yeah.
That might come down to.
It's a tough one because I don't know what to make of that Vikings team.
Right. They're off.
Do they have? You think they'll have Van Ginkel and Cashman back? I don't think they will.
I feel like they haven't played in forever, but one's going to get 10 days rest.
Whatever.
Yeah, one will have 2 weeks rest.
So next watchables, I think the Giants are a watchable if they're playing a good team. So Broncos, Giants, and Denver, I think has to be in the watchable category as long as this Dart thing is going and all the Giants fans are fired up about it. I have Broncos by 7 against the Giants.
Yeah, you hit that exactly. I don't think I have to tell you anymore. I said 5.5. I thought that was a little rich, 7, but I forget. Hawk and Animal coming to Denver.
I had it lower in my head too, but then I thought this is such an obvious teaser. They're going to jack it.
We can't bet it on a teaser. It's obvious to others. We can't after what we went through this morning.
Well, that right guard on the Broncos, what was that guy's name? Number 69, Pert?
Oh, right.
79?
Yeah.
just over and over again was murdering them with holding calls at the worst possible times.
Mm-hmm. If they played anyone else, they would have lost by 17 points today.
That giant front four really is something. You know, we'll find out.
They beat the shit out of the Eagles.
I think Peyton, the announcers were even saying it, Eisen and Warner, they were even intimating, like Peyton was like, I'm worried about this game. We just had this awesome win against the Eagles, and this is like a stupid Jets team, and I just want to get through this and pull a win out. The other watchables, I'm sorry, your team is exceedingly watchable. I have Washington at Dallas. It's a watchable game. I'm going to enjoy it. Your team, all your team does is play awesome games.
Oh, yeah.
The Carolina-Dallas game was super fun. I really enjoyed it.
Listen, regardless of record, let's just do Tampa Bay-Dallas in the NFC Championship.
It would be great.
Let's do it.
Be a really fun game.
Play out the rest of the year, but make that the championship. It's fine.
I did Washington favored by 3 over Dallas and Dallas.
I think I got this exact. Yeah, 2.5. Washington favored by 2.5.
I don't have the same magic today.
They're going to win.
I'm close. I'm hovering around every line.
Yeah. You can look them up real quick if you want, like you did last week, and then just jot them down. They're the game.
Bears home for the Saints. Now you're asking, why isn't this a poop fecta game? The Saints are kind of entertaining. I don't know. I don't mind the Saints. I didn't mind watching them today. And I think the Bears are mildly entertaining as well. And it's in Chicago. And I have the Bears favored by 4 over the Saints.
I had the same. Is there an injury? Because this went, so we tied. It's 4.5, but it opened at 5.5. Did someone get screwed up there?
So what's the it's 4.5?
It's 4.5.
Huh.
Wait, if it started at 5.5, now the Bears aren't favored.
Maybe I think it might have been gotten bet down because the Saints have kind of been hanging against teams that would all be in the playoffs if the season ended today.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Chicago on a short week. Interesting that would move so much.
Chiefs home for the Raiders. It has to go past the tease number. I have Chiefs minus 7.5, probably too low.
All right. Yeah. I have 8 and I was way low. It's 10.5.
Oh, Jesus. That's too high.
What do we do with that?
It's too high.
This is going to we're going to have this on a money line parlay. We're going to have to be watching with 1:20 left in the fourth quarter to see if Butker kicks a field goal.
We had a 2-week window with the Chiefs where they were getting people actually like flipping the other way and not respecting them enough. And now it's gone back to stupid again.
That's what happens.
Too high.
But you have Geno. To his credit, he was giving up his interceptions on the other side of the field, like near the other end zone.
He kept it toward the red zone.
Right. That's what he could do. That's all he needs to do. The Titans almost covered that game.
Oh, we were watching it, just trying to, it was 20-3. And we're like, all right, so they'll score. Geno will do something dumb. They'll get a 2017 final, just waiting for it. And then, Cam Ward just plays like a rookie quarterback, unfortunately.
How he gave up the ball there at the end was really like, hey, I'm sick of holding this thing. Take it.
Yeah, it's not great. Packers Cardinals in Arizona. No idea if Kyler Murray is starting, but I would assume he is. And then Harrison with the concussion. That's usually a 2-week injury now, the concussion.
Yep.
Pretty rarely the guy comes back after 1. I initially had this at 3, but I'm bumping it to 3.5 post-concussion.
Am I going to beat you this
Packers
week?
3.5. You might.
I said 6. It's 6.5.
In Arizona?
Yep. They're done. They're done with this team.
Yeah, but has anyone watched the Packers?
I mean,
it's not like they're lighting the world on fire.
No, it's true. They'd really be better off, even if he's ready, keeping Brissett.
I don't agree with that at all. I both don't agree with that at all, and I've never bet Arizona. So maybe the line's right.
Exactly.
Poop Fecta, 3 games. Browns home for the Dolphins.
Wait a minute. How are you not putting your game?
I have my game in Poop Fecta.
Oh, it's better than that. This is a rivalry. It's a huge rivalry. Go ahead.
You go fairly watchable? All right, I'll move it up.
Yeah.
Because Vrabel going back to Tennessee?
Of course. There's a lot of shenanigans could take place here.
All right. Fairly watchables. Pats at Tennessee. So,
you know what? If you say it like that, maybe we should move it down. now that I have it floating in my head.
Well, so they played the Saints today.
Yeah.
And they're basically 3.5 all week, and it didn't budge.
Mhm.
And I think the Saints are better than the Titans. So
Yep.
I'm going to say Pats by 4.
All right. So you're light on all these. I said 7, and it's 6.5. You got it. These cross-off teams have to get 5-6 points.
We can't run the ball.
Yeah, but these teams that don't even really, they're either going to lose by 10 or 7. Some of these teams, or 40.
I don't know. I was on it last week. I don't agree with some of these lines this week.
I love this.
I just think that Titans team is going to be really fired up because they're a fucking mess. Vrabel's doing great with the Pats. It's going to be a whole week of why do we let Mike Vrabel go? So either that's bad for the Titans or they're going to be all fired up to play him.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of emotion.
What happened? Lots of more emotion if they sign Derrick Henry on Thursday, going back to Tennessee. Can you get it done that quickly?
Can we make the trade?
Yeah. That's
second rounder and Ramondre for Derrick Henry in a 4th.
Even for a week.
Can we call it in?
Just trade for a week, a rental.
Then trade him back in 2 weeks.
Airbnb him for the week and then just slaughter the Titans.
That'd be great if we could do trades like that.
Yeah.
Poop back to Browns, Dolphins in Cleveland. And I have no idea who should be favored in this game, but I'm going to say Browns by 1.5.
Yeah, you got me here. I said Miami by 1. It's Browns by 2.5.
Oh, man.
Is that? I mean, we're right. I mean, they're both cross-offs, but Miami's more of a cross-off, I guess. So bad.
They're, giving up all that rushing yardage to this guy that was released by the Chargers before the season, then re-signed.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Getting beaten in the last 40 seconds by a team that basically had one receiver. Pretty bad.
Any chance we see Shador here, or did Dylan Gabriel just do they feel bad for him because he really didn't have a lot of chances?
I mean, they should just put Shador in once. They can't lose. If he's good, it'd be like, whoa, he's good. And if he's bad, they never have to have that conversation again. But it makes more sense to play him now.
Which makes me think he's not ready. Like, why wouldn't they put him in? He has to really not be ready to not put to further embarrass this club.
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Panthers at the Jets. I have the Panthers favored. I think the Panthers have a legitimate chance to go 4-3 here. Panthers minus 1.5 is my guess.
All right. I have to check this. I had Panthers by 2.
Yeah.
The Jets are favored by 1.5. You get this one. The Jets are favored. The 3-3 Panthers are an underdog to the 0-6 Jets.
Well, so, all right, let's talk this out. There are 2 Panthers teams, road Panthers and home Panthers, and road Panthers are bad. It's the only thing I could think of. Sunday night, 49ers, home.
Oh, we just talked that out? That's what that was?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, well, what about how many versions of the Jets are there? Because I just see the one that loses every week.
I mean, if they can't win this game, are they going to win this season?
You're right. They're not going to be favored the rest of the year.
How many wins are left on the schedule?
No, they can't be favored by anyone else. They're home for Miami, though, who just got a raw number against Cleveland.
Well, they got their home Browns week 10.
Mm-hmm.
Home Dolphins week 14. They're at the Saints.
No, they won't be favored.
Those are our last 3 chances.
Yep.
Sunday night. 49ers Falcons. And this line could move if the Falcons look good against Buffalo tomorrow, would be my guess. But right now I have it 49ers by 3.
Yep. That's why I had it also. It's exactly what it is.
Okay.
I think I went with 5, 6, 7 to 10-7. Oh, I won.
Wow, you took a big haymaker and bounced back. That's resilience.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a lot people could learn from you.
Thanks, buddy.
That's how to just suck it up.
Yeah.
Just move on to the next week. It's impressive. Monday night, Lions, Bucks. It's in Detroit. And it feels like the Bucks are going to be missing at least their first 3 receivers. I don't know if Bucky Irving's playing. I have Lions minus 3.
I had 2.5.
Yeah.
It's 5.5.
Oof. So that's pricing in all the injuries.
Yeah, but come on. Don't we?
That's too high.
Are they going to get slaughtered, Tampa Bay, or are Baker going to have a chance to win it in the fourth quarter?
Oh, our special guest is here. Let's guess this last one really fast.
There he is.
Seahawks, Texans in Seattle. I have Seahawks -2.5.
Jimmy, guess for me because I already won, so it's okay. This is you can screw this up. Yeah.
I go Seahawks -3.5.
Okay. All right. You split it. It's 3. Yeah.
All right. Great job, Jimmy. You did
Jimmy,
it.
it's a rookie mistake. You need to Price is Right him. If he says 2.5 and you think it's 3 or 3, you should have gone 3.
I have too much integrity for that. You know that. So.
Yeah, that is true.
All right.
Okay. Today's Parent Corner is presented by Uber Eats. Let's be real. It wouldn't be game day without a spread of your favorite foods, pizza, burgers, burritos, you name it. Uber Eats is here to deliver it to you all season long. We're delivering as a special guest for Parent Corner, controversial late night host Jimmy Kimmel is here. Our cousin.
He really is.
Just embroiled in controversy.
Occasional late night host. By the way, I think I'm spending somewhere in the neighborhood of between $40,000 and $80,000 a year on Uber Eats now. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really it's a problem. It's too easy now.
It's too easy.
This doesn't count as a Parent Corner story, but Jimmy, your mom showed me a picture of the bag that the Uber Eats delivery driver left on her front porch and said, please tip me well. And she was really bent out of shape about it. She's like, I was going to tip them well. Why? I don't understand.
Why did you say that? Jimmy, we want to have you on for a variety of reasons for Parent Corner, but your son is in the all-time sweet spot for Parent Corner. I went through it when my son Ben was around this age. It was just a smorgasbord of stories, and then Sal just went through it with Harrison, and now your beloved young Billy. It's in the sweet spot right now for him.
Billy's 8 years old now, and there are a lot of kids in our family. And as my father said, this is the weirdest one. He's he's into a lot of the normal kid stuff, the 8-year-old stuff like Roblox and Mr. Beast, but also obsessed with death in a weird way, like tornadoes and tsunamis, earthquakes, hurricanes. He always wants to know if they're coming, and he also wants to know who will get them if we die. If Molly, my wife, and I die, who will get cut? Where will they live? And he wants all the details on who it is. It almost gets to the point where it feels like he's hoping it happens.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Did you tell him?
Yeah, what was the answer? I'm really interested in the answer.
You know what? We don't know the answer. I think we had a plan like when they were babies, but now my older kids are like each married. And so it probably would make most sense that they would live with their sister and brother in some way. But
well, now you have an answer.
Yeah, I guess so. But then which one do we pick? And then do we tell the people we picked?
No, it's a nice surprise. No, I think you might have been considering
find out later.
me for a second, and then you saw House Eats 3 and the vomiting. You said we can't go on.
No, you were the leader in the clubhouse until Brad. You get custody of him 2 weekends a year.
That's
and I think
true.
That was the deal breaker for Jimmy.
Queer the deal for anybody.
The Labor Days with Brad, he couldn't do it. So give us some of the highlights, because I got to see young Billy in action a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to say it was a tense atmosphere before your first show back, but people were moving around. It was emotional. And then he showed up and had a water gun and was just antagonizing and attacking everybody and lighten the mood.
He sees when they come to the office, he just sees it's just a bunch of adults as his victims. And we actually had a stern talk with him afterwards. Like, you can't, because like nobody can say anything to him. He's the host's kid, Right. And I think somewhere down deep inside, he senses that because he goes absolutely wild. It's also probably the free snacks at the craft service table have something to do with it.
Right.
But he and his penis are like Starsky and Hutch. They are a team that cannot be separated, and every story goes to his penis. I mean, he really, I think his greatest move was he's walking around the house and he's got his dick out. And I go, all right, put your penis away. And he's like, what? I say, put your pants on and put your penis away. And Molly, my wife's like, hey, Billy, okay, all right, it's funny, but put your penis away. He's like, it's not, my penis is not out. And he kept a straight face and insisted that his penis wasn't out, and then started crying, like as one would if his penis wasn't out. And he's just like, why are you saying this? It's not, why are you saying my penis is out? It's not out. And it's fucking out. And you just you don't know what to do, because it's out, number one, but part of you really admires this insane avenue that he's chosen to walk down. And then the other part doesn't want him to do it at school,
Right.
So it's
That's
really
where
hard.
it goes from adorable and hilarious to an actual issue.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
It hasn't become an issue yet. I mean, he's shy with people outside of the house. Like he said he doesn't like to show the doctors to see his penis. And we're like, well, who do you like to see your penis? He said, my cousins. He also, I think,
what if we all wore scrubs? Would that, you think, put an end to it?
I think it's important for context to know that he dresses now like Aaron Paul in the first season of Breaking Bad. Like he'll wear like a skull cap and jewelry. He's got a gold chain that he thinks is very valuable that I bought him for like $8 on Amazon. He's always in black. And if he's not in black, he's in something absolutely crazy.
That sounds good for Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a skateboarder from the 80s, but he doesn't ride a skateboard. So we come down in the morning and he's eating tortilla chips. And Molly says, who told you could eat tortilla chips in the morning? And he just thinks for a second, and he goes, my penis. He also he likes to grab our asses, and not just with one hand, but two hands. He'll just really, and he'll make sounds like an old pervert, but like, he says to Molly, her last name's McNearney. He goes, "Ooh, squishy McNearney." He's behind her, squeezing her ass. I took a picture of him squeezing his friend Mo's ass at school. He's got a handful of his best friend Mo's ass, and he's holding a book. And the book is a photo book that Mo's mother has made for Billy. And on the front of the book, Billy is also squeezing Mo's ass. So it's like like if you were to hold it up to a mirror, you'd see infinity of Billy squeezing Mo's ass. And then he does the fun little things like he'll take Molly's chapstick and just start applying it to his penis.
No, my God.
Molly said, I actually overheard her say this and I wrote it down. Put on your clothes. Your penis is not entertainment.
That's what she thinks.
That could help the ABC's fall lineup.
Yeah.
Your penis is not entertainment on Tuesday nights on NBC.
Rob Mills?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very he's into all the bad things that boys are into. Not
farting, not the farting poop area, not really.
Farting for sure, pooping, he loves to fart. He'll get naked and just sit right on my head and fart while I'm sleeping. Morning he gets in bed with us and he just gets upside down in the bed, just puts both of his feet right in my mouth, like right in my face, like I'm trying to sleep. Yeah. He said his favorite dinner, his dream dinner is cereal with Prime. You know that?
Yeah.
That shit Logan Paul or Jake Paul sells, that like poisonous drink. Yeah, that's his dream dinner. And
cereal and Prime.
Yeah, cereal and Prime. That's his dream.
And that's like for an 8-year-old, like a bump of cocaine or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're going to Ireland with my family next week, and he I don't know if he decided this or my dad decided it, but they decided they're going to have a sip of beer together in a pub.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Interesting. That should go well.
Yeah, that should be great.
Is there anyone in the Southern California area that your dad hasn't told yet that he's going to Ireland, or there's still like 10 people left?
There's nobody. The number of texts.
He got through everybody? Okay.
Can we talk about parents? I guess we can. And
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah. Oh, it's all parents and kids are eligible.
I mean, for God's sake, this man, the details, the texts are right now. First of all, I know the exchange rate for euro for the whole year, like from January, what it was, what it is today, and what a shame it is that we didn't get this money exchange in January because it was, you'd save 15 cents on, for each dollar. I know how many pounds are allowed in his luggage. He wanted to know because you can get up to 70 pounds if he should bring 2 pieces of luggage with under 70 pounds or add a third, just like all these crazy questions he's asking us. We're having a big family reunion with our Irish family, and he keeps reminding us that one member of the family, this kid who had the same heart surgery Billy had, is going to be there. And he's now reminded us of this 6 times. And Molly and I are the over-under's 11 on it. So
nice.
We still have a few days, but the 11 is what we're shooting for.
Nice. I was thinking that should be, those ads they have, the old people ads where it's like, this is wrong and you could take this. And that would be the ultimate one, is to not tell the same story 10 to 20 times.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
You get to a certain age as a parent and it's just, did I tell you that blah, blah, blah? It's like, yeah,
the insurance commercial
told me 20 minutes ago that you told me the same story.
Tell you, when you tell them, yeah, you told me that story, they have to finish it. It doesn't matter.
Right, they finish it anyway.
It's like they got started and they're going to finish it. And you'll go like, there's no one else in the room right now. Like, who are you telling this to? I told you, you told me this story already.
They think they're on Broadway, like doing a performance. They just don't care who the audience is.
Or you have to hit a quota at the end of the month, like a cop giving like speeding tickets or parking tickets like that. Maybe there's a number in their head they have to hit.
Let me read you a text that Molly sent to me last night. She said, I am not exaggerating in the slightest when I tell you your dad just came to the door with Todd. Todd's our dog. And was mid-sentence about his great-great-grandfather when I opened the door, and then just went through his entire genealogy. I think I said 3 words, and then he said, all right, gotta go.
Meanwhile, these are the texts I get from my mom, whose name is Jan. This is just out of nowhere, unsolicited, on October 4th. Do I have Janheimers, or did I never watch another 9.5 weeks? Is this pre or post Wild Orchid?
Oh my God.
Text from my 70-year-old mom.
Nice.
And does she pronounce it Orchid, or is that you?
But that's just me. Orchid.
Yeah.
Orchid. Yeah, that's just me. That's my. So who is the funniest texting parent? Sal, what are your parents from a texting standpoint?
Well, my father's like got gorilla hands and gorilla brain too. So he can't really text. He doesn't know how to text. But my mother's
so he doesn't
crazy.
text at all.
Yeah,
your mother's like a big social media person.
We featured some of my mother's texts on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She's just a lunatic, all caps, all knowing everything, and voice texting it too. So it all comes out ridiculous.
I get a lot of good texts from your mom. You want to hear? I think I got one just the other day. They're mostly complimentary, but they're also a lot of times they're, give me a tip. Oh, my friend is the executive producer of this documentary. She is a retired judge. Thought you should see this. And then there's a 2-hour documentary she wants me to watch on my phone.
My mother's name is Fran, and she changed on the phone. She changed her name to Melanie. It'll say like maybe. It says maybe Melanie. And I was like, what? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to change it to Melanie. Now she's Melanie in my phone. So I call her Melanie. She hates. She's like, don't go by that. I don't even know what the hell that is. Don't do that. But it's clearly something she did in the settings or something.
My mom sends me texts, like these thought-provoking texts out of nowhere. Like, I'm not even 100% sure OJ did it. That'll just be the text. And it'll just be, there's no context or anything. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, that's my
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 mom,
dad's
and
way more
I
normal.
know
Just sports
Sal's
stuff.
on this too. The only texts I really get from my mother are her daily Wordle and connections.
I get connections.
Scores.
Yeah.
Wordle and connections every day. Every day. I never respond to them. I mean, I'm looking through them right now. There are like 50 of them, and I've never responded to a single one of them, but I keep getting them every day.
Can I tell you, I get them from her too, and it ruins my day. I love hearing from her, but she'll wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, so she'll get it done first, and she'll always write, "This was too easy," and I'm like, "God damn it! Now I can't get even one wrong, right? So now I have to get 4 for 4, and if I don't get perfect, it's like, she did it again."
Wednesday, 4:51 a.m. Wordle score. Thursday, she slept in, 7:10 a.m. Friday, 5:42 a.m. Saturday, 5:42 a.m. I mean, it's insanity.
Jimmy, do either of your parents still do the thing where somebody recognized them and they tell you about it? Like it's going to be this amazing story about how they got recognized, but you immediately know by the twinkle in their eye before the story starts where the story is going to be and what it is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Although it's hard for my parents because it's hard to get recognized when you're shouting your son's name at strangers before they even speak to you. You know, it's a little bit different. My Aunt Chippy, our Aunt Chippy, I should say, she told me 3 times in the span of 24 hours that Garth from Mazda sends his best. There's a guy named Garth that works at a Mazda dealership in Las Vegas who one time provided Aunt Chippy with a car. I've never met Garth, but the third time she was about to tell me, she goes, "Oh, did I tell you? Did I tell you who reached out?" I go, "Garth from Mazda?" She's like, "Yeah, Garth from Mazda."
This is a huge for Garth from Mazda.
That should be your mom's next thing for her phone, Sal. She could be Garth from Mazda instead of Melanie.
Yeah.
Wait, Jimmy, what about your daughter? No, or have you hit that point now? Is she too cool to hang out with you yet, or is that
she's
happening in real time?
And I like to find out what kind of like the new lingo that the kids are using, and then I just drop it in the middle, and she hates it so much. It is so funny. Apparently baddylicious is something that they're saying. And so we were having dinner last night and I knew she'd said baddylicious. They went to the Chapel Rowan concert, my wife and daughter, and she called some woman who's all dressed up baddylicious. And so I was last night we're eating Chinese food. I was like, "Oh, this is baddylicious." And she just like looks at me like,
they get so mad, right?
Shooting daggers.
And Molly does a bit called Cool Mom, where she's like, "Jane, you're so lucky you got a cool mom." And she starts like dancing around like, and Jane really like genuinely hates it. It's not even like a joke. Like she hates it. Like she'll pull her aside and say, please stop doing that. Stop doing that. For some reason, they tolerate my nonsense more, but also like nothing I say is ever serious. So it's it's part of it. But yeah, that's the big thing. She also just started her new season of basketball, and she scored 4 points today, which is huge. She has not scored before, but she plays like the level of intensity with which she plays is insane. Is like a young Dennis Rodman. I mean, she is like just running as hard as she can. She's pretty tall, and she was assigned to guard this little girl who was about half her size today. And she would not, she was glued to this kid, this poor kid, the whole time. She did not let up on this kid. And this kid had no chance of scoring, even with it. If this kid was alone on the court, she had no chance of scoring. But Jane was up this kid's ass, and she is so serious. It's really funny to watch her play. And she wound up scoring a couple of baskets, so she was very pleased with herself tonight.
Oh, nice. I miss those days.
And she's wearing deodorant now, too.
Deodorant.
Yeah. She's
Dennis
like,
Rodman never wore deodorant, so there's the difference. Yeah.
She said, "Hey,
Interesting.
can I have some deodorant?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess so."
Sal, did you have a parent corner? Because I gave mine to Jimmy.
I did, and I think this is a good one for all of us.
Okay.
Saturday morning, Harrison, my 12-year-old, approaches me and is like, "Can we play golf? I know you're busy, but is there a way we could play golf this morning?" I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, there's so many good college football games. He doesn't have a tournament. I just wanted to veg out, and so now I have to weigh my gambling addiction with my duty to be a good parent, which I'm not addicted to. So, and I ask everyone, nobody else wants to go golfing. So it's just me and him, no one else in the family. So we have 90 minutes before the Oregon game. So we go to that hotel golf course a couple miles away on Rosecrans. And I am bad. I am so bad at golf. Like my swing, people say they're bad. I am really fucking bad. Like Charles Barkley would giggle like a schoolgirl if he saw my swing. And if I have a driver, I could hit it 180 yards or 35 yards. And there's no rhyme or reason. There's no why I would get one more than the other. And like Harrison has like a classic smooth baseball golf hybrid swing, but I'm more powerful, so I should beat him. And I'm beating him by 3 going into the 7th hole. I'm beating him by 2 going into the 8th hole. I'm beating him by 1 going into the 9th hole.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, I can't fucking lose to this guy. There's no way I can lose. And I need to make a 5-foot putt, which I had not been doing all day, to secure the win. And I did it, and I was giddy. And he didn't even care that he lost because he's like, "You're an old man who's done this." Right. Yeah, you've played all your life. But it got me thinking, like, what age do you have in your mind that you would be okay with your kid beating you at every sport? Like, I think like golf, I would say 19. He would have to be 19. I think basketball, because I'm short, I would say 14. Tennis, around 17, 18. In a race, I would say 16 because I'm fat fast. You know that, Jimmy. So I'm going to try to hang on to that.
Fast.
You are. You really are quick.
Yeah, thank you.
It's because you have a 22-inch inseam, and like your legs are like cartoon legs. They get a lot of movement.
All right,
he's like Fred Flintstone. He goes really fast.
You guys could slow down on the compliments here, but so do you guys have ages for when it's allowable to be beaten by?
What about boxing?
Oh yeah, well hopefully I never.
Yeah, I mean that's the last frontier is an actual fight, like the UFC fight.
Like pommel horse 37. No, I don't know.
I think everything is before 20.
Sure.
I've been playing chess with Billy, and that's another one that I just don't let him win. I just won't,
Yeah, you can't.
I'm just never going to let him win. He's going to have to beat me because I feel like when he does beat me, which he will eventually, that it will be much more exciting and satisfying for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
I've had that argument with my wife too, because I never intentionally lost anything to my kids ever. And my wife made her mad a couple of times. Like, really? You couldn't let Ben win the one Monopoly game? I'm like, well, what kind of lesson is that? Then if he actually wins, he won't know that he achieved the win.
I'm with you on that.
Letting him win does nothing.
But physical sports is worse, though, right? Isn't that like, I don't know, you lose your vulnerability a little bit.
I would think, like, what is the bigger ego blow for the dad? I think losing a race would be number one.
That's tough.
Like when your kid's faster than you, like fundamentally, the most primal thing you can do other than fight is race somebody. And the moment they're faster than you, I would think that's like both they're faster than you and also you'd feel old.
It's all bad. If Ben beat you in tennis right now, how mad would you be?
He never beat me because I would psychologically I would make him mad. He would melt down. Like tennis is the easiest sport. Somebody can be better than you and you can still beat them because you just have to fuck with them.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. You do. I always do feel like you have the edge over your little brother or your
child.
Whatever it is. If you have that like childhood edge over them, that you always maintain it in some way.
Right.
Yeah. So if you know where the pressure points are, you can go. Like my wife plays tennis 6 times a week. I can still beat her anytime we play. Because I can always get her rattle and I can do stuff.
When I was dating Sarah Silverman, she lived at a condo complex that had a tennis court. And I was just like, Oh, why don't we never, we've never played. You got a court at your house. We should play. She's like, yeah, you're right. So, I get my tennis racket and she gets her tennis racket and we go down to the court and we play and she beats me. And that was the last time we ever played.
Okay. So how old does your ex-girlfriend have to be before you're
that's
okay?
a better one. Yeah. Chess is a good one. Scrabble was always fun. Like the board games are the ones.
Scrabble,
like when your
Jimmy
kid can beat you in
until
a
he's
board
85. Game. Yeah. Jimmy has too much of an advantage on something like that.
We did sneakers for rewatchables for Monday with Robert Redford. And there's a big Scrabble scene in it. And we were talking about whether Scrabble is still as relevant as it was when they made the movie 92, when it was completely one of the most relevant board games. And the argument my co-host made was that it still is completely relevant. I have no idea.
More so if you count Words with Friends as Scrabble, which it is, because a lot of people play Words with Friends, and it's Scrabble. It's just a slightly different shaped board. So that's Boggle's the next thing. I've been playing Boggle on the toilet for quite some time now, and they actually ruined the app on the iPhone. It stinks now, but I've been seeing Boggle in the future, and then I was at this event last week, and Netflix is putting Boggle on their platform as a game that you can play against others on TV through your phone. And I was like, God damn it, I knew it. I should have gotten in on some kind of Boggle stock or something.
Are they going to air people on the toilet playing each other? How does that? Or you just
you go to a public restroom and you line up and you tap toes, and then you know that it's time to play.
I did have a bone to pick with Jimmy. He went on Colbert's show.
Yeah.
And he told the story about when he found out his show wasn't going to air, but he was in the bathroom when he found out.
Yeah.
And there were natural follow-up questions that Colbert just didn't ask. And I just feel like if there's a career type thing that happens to you when you're in the bathroom, this is your exclusive home for those stories.
That's true.
And you forgot that and hurt my feelings.
Well, everything big happens in the bathroom because it's the only place where people can't hear what I'm saying. And to be honest, I'm not even sure that that's the case because I've never been out in my office while someone was in the bathroom talking. So I should probably test it to make sure it is
soundproof your bathroom.
I think it's soundproof, but I don't know for sure. But you know what I do? Because I have 5 guys in my office, when I have to take a call that's private, I go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
I think it's soundproof because they would tell me if they could hear you, and they're just always like, something's up. I know.
Oh, okay.
But so you're good.
Well, when I worked for you and I started coming in and helping you out in the office every day, and I was the one person there, and then you would go in there for a while.
Right.
And get a lot of stuff done. And I just got used to it after a while. It seemed totally normal to me. But I thought that was like where you got some of your best work done.
I do often tell people that you credit me with inventing taking the laptop onto the toilet.
Well, you were the first one I'd seen with the laptop desk. You had an actual desk to put the heat from the laptop wouldn't singe your privates. Picking up before we go. Oh, wait, so you're going to Ireland, Jimmy?
I am,
with the fam. But we did have to we had to say something about our friend Alex who passed away this year.
Yeah, Alex Wallow, one of the all-time greats. He was the president of ABC when we started there and was really our biggest champion and supporter. For whatever reason, we took a liking to each other right at the outset. And Alex passed away at 81 years old. He was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in 1987.
Crazy.
He had 6 months to live in 1987, and he was the toughest guy and the funniest guy. Al Michaels was one of his best friends, and I don't think he'd mind me sharing this story because Al was at his bedside this week when the great Alex Wallow passed away. And Al said, I took his hand, and he said his hand was really strong, like really for a person who was, had hours to live. He was really strong. And Alex, at this time, he wasn't particularly verbal. He'd only said like a word here or there. He's semi-conscious. He's laying in bed. and he takes his hand, and then Al puts his hand on top of the other hand, and they got 4 hands kind of holding each other. And Al kisses Alex on the forehead, and Alex takes his hand out of the pile and he points to his lips. He wants Al to kiss him on the lips, and so Al kisses him on the lips, and Alex says, "What a way to go!"
Wow.
And that's amazing.
Kind of all you need to know about Alex, because he was always funny no matter what was going on.
Yeah.
He was a huge champion of the show in the early days.
Early days, up to his very last day.
Yeah, but I mean, when we really needed somebody in the early parts.
Yeah.
Fan
I got of this show too, right? He would give you shit about what he
every
didn't
time
like.
I ran into him, he would read the column in the pod, and every time I ran into him, he was just, it was like we had a 7-minute conversation before the conversation were about that. He was just right into like, I can't believe you said that about Eli. And then he's just in, and he'd be going. And Jimmy, I think for Christmas one year, took all these. Alex was yelling at me about something for
about
like
Al
15
Michaels,
minutes.
I think it was something.
Was
about,
it?
I
think I made a joke about Al on a podcast, and he was furious about it, and he was just berating me about it in a good-natured way. But and Jimmy was so delighted, he just started taking pictures of us, and then made this collage photo frame thing that he gave to me that I still have. But Alex was a man of passion. Like he really. When he was riled up, he was riled up. Yeah, and he was an amazing boxing guy. I mean, he was one of the first great boxing
kids. Like I didn't know before he knew Jimmy. Yeah,
doing boxing analysis and interviews in the ring, and then somehow became president of the whole network. Which I still don't understand how it happened. It's just, I don't think he ever really understood how it happened either. But he was just a great guy, and his wife Martha is a great person. They're really, really strong people with a great marriage, and he was the best.
Yep. Yeah, good one. Really good person to know. Great career. Cool guy. All right, Jimmy.
All right, now let's do Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton, she was pretty great too. Yeah, I got the sense that Diane Keaton had a little crush on me, to be honest.
Yeah, remember that? That was fun.
Our last couple of appearances, and the feeling was mutual.
Yeah, there you go.
Is there an all-star team of, I had a feeling they might have had a crush on me?
Well, it's not a full 5. I mean, you could call it an all-star team, but there aren't many on the list, and most of them are men.
Al Michaels kissed him on the mouth once. Yeah. That was the difference. So, yeah.
All right. Today's Parent Corner presented by Uber Eats. Get almost anything for game day, like your favorite game day foods, drinks, and snacks on Uber Eats, the official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Jimmy, anything to plug? Your late night show? Any news? Any agent news? Do you still have an agent?
I still have a job, which is good. I don't have an agent. I have a manager. Who's crazy
manager.
Yeah.
So I heard, Sal, do you want to tell the Brooklyn parking space story?
Jimmy didn't even know about that until I told him. Jimmy's publicist, Louis K., was all up in arms because when Jimmy, you did the show at the BAM in Brooklyn, Jimmy Kimmel Live, and then had to immediately travel to do Colbert's show.
It's Tuesday night. Colbert's on my show, and then I'm going to go do his show. So he has to change his whole schedule around, to do this. And I have to race, and it's an hour's drive from our studio in Brooklyn to his studio in Midtown. And what happens when we get there, Sal?
Well, Baby had taken they're very, obviously this is a highly charged time for you, and they want to make sure that when you're outside, you can get right into the studio. And so they had a parking lot set up, a parking space that would require about 10 steps. And Baby Doll swooped into that spot and took it from you. And I think you had to park at least across the street and maybe down
the street
a little bit. Yeah. But he didn't care. He wasn't remorseful at all. Yeah.
That's the thing. He has no shame.
Yeah.
There's no shame.
Did he at least move the car? So when you left the show,
they moved it for
the
him.
Car?
Yeah. He had to give up his keys. He wasn't happy apparently, but yeah, that's what happens.
That's Baby for you.
My name is Chuck, and I don't give a fuck.
And as all this stuff was happening in your career, he was handling it from the streets of Martha's Vineyard.
He was. Were it not for Zoom, I don't know that I would be employed today.
He said it was 20 hours a day. What was the actual number for him? He said it was 20 hours a day for him was the number he quoted.
I don't. It's hard to say because a lot of it was him talking to other people. It couldn't have been because. There's no way it was 20 hours.
Because it couldn't have been. Yeah.
I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. So he's saying 20 of the 24.
His wife, Tanya, he goes, you know what? Tanya has been great. Tanya has been, I really
I'm sure that was a relief.
She's been so understanding. She's been so great. And I'm sitting here thinking like, great. You're still in Martha's Vineyard. Like you're still going to this wedding. Like, I'm in turmoil right now.
No, but she let me during the cocktail hour. You know, they're handing out the nice pigs in a blanket, but I got out to make a 10-minute phone call. So, you know, she understood.
So was he like on speakerphone during some of these huge meetings? Like, how did this work?
Zoom. Yeah, Zoom. So we could really see him. But even the Zooms were like, he's in a place that's just ridiculous, you know, like clearly, clearly like out of his vacation home. He is like 9 shades of tan. He is so tan you can barely see his face, like just barely.
Just to lighten the Zoom so you can actually make out his features.
In our big meeting, he was wearing a white shirt and he was like burnt umber, and you just really could only see his like a little bit of his eyes, and then of course if on the occasion he would smile, you'd see his teeth, and then a little flash of cigarette.
Oh man,
right, like a little drift of smoke.
That's when I need to pull up with marinara sauce. Whenever he's wearing a white shirt, it just gets me crazy. Yeah.
Does he speak more or less when he's on the Zoom than when he would in person during these gigantic career-altering meetings for you?
It depends who it's with. If he feels they're above him, he speaks less. If he feels they're beneath him, which is almost everyone else, he speaks the whole time.
Okay. Right. And do we know what wedding he went to that weekend that he couldn't fly back?
His daughter's friend.
Okay. Daughter's friend. I'm glad we saw that. Was it like a top 3 friend? Was it a college roommate?
There's a lot of daughters and there's a lot of friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Glad we settled that. Jimmy, have a great time in Ireland. Great to see you. Cousin Sal, we'll see you on the Ringer Gambling Show Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Ringer Sunday pregame on Sunday. And then back here next week. Jimmy, thanks for coming on.
You guys watch games and then talk about them, and that is your actual job.
We're so
Jimmy,
happy to be here.
It kicked off at 6:30 this morning. They put these games in London. It used to be one a year, and now it's like six straight Sundays they do.
14 straight hours of football today, Jimmy.
Had you known, maybe you would have chosen a different sport.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Boggle.
Bog would have been great.
All right,
bye, guys. Great to see you.
All right.
Sal, see you next week.
Good
bye,
job
Jimmy.
by you.
Good job by you.